Good afternoon, my friends. It's good to be here as always. Happy to be here. Happy to be safe and not sick and not ill. And to those who are, I pray that you get better. I honestly do. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter. I hope you get better, and I hope you find Jesus. I want to talk about the healthcare system. I'm sorry, scratch that, not the healthcare system, the education system. Although we can talk about the healthcare system at another point in time. The education system, it's sick. It's not well. Think of someone who's come down with a lot of illnesses, has to be admitted into the hospital. Well, that's what's going on right now. It is in the waiting room in the hospital, and it's going to go on life support. It is about to have a heart attack. It is about to have a stroke. It is about to go into possibly a coma. Why would I say such a thing like that? Well, think about this. Think about tough guy Mr. Cuomo there. Oh, we New Yorkers are tough, man. We can take on anything. This isn't about time to be Mr. Tough Guy, okay? It's not about that. Because people are proving it doesn't matter how tough you think you are. Viruses will get you sometimes. But here's the thing. He made a comment that, they're what, $15 billion in deficit. So they're going to have to take away education funds to put it towards the hospitals. So now the education system, the school system, which is already failing already in most areas, you're going to take away more funding from them, even though you get funding that you don't really actually use for the students. You use them to line your pockets, but you're going to take away now. It's going to be on life support, and it's going to be a dying system. It's already broken. How much more broken do you need it? Now, I will say I'm going to say two things here. The public education system is an absolute farce as a whole. Now, there are pockets of good, but as a whole, it's a farce. Always has been. It's an indoctrination system. It's a factory to churn out more brainwashed children. That's all it is. Some know it, some don't know it, and some don't even realize it's going on. They're blind to the fact because they actually care about the kids. And I've said before, that's what it is. Now, I also will say that there are some good teachers in this world. There are some great teachers in the world. There are some great teachers that have become good teachers, and good teachers who become bad teachers. Not because they don't want to be good. Doesn't mean they want to take that level down. But you beat them up so much with no supplies, from the government, state government, not federal government, state. They have budgets. If you can't handle it, that's your problem. Stop lining your pockets. Stop looking for pay raises when you ain't done nothing. How about that? That might be a start. But that's not going to happen. But there's good teachers out there who can't even be good teachers. They're so inundated with too many issues, too many problems, too many things. They're more so babysitting now. And I said before, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong because you can't tell me I'm wrong. I was in the system for 8 years. I was once married to a woman who's been in it for 20. So I know that it exists. My mother was a teacher. She could tell you it's broken. It was breaking down in the 80s, for crying out loud. She said the late 80s is when it just started going down. The early 90s is when it really, in my mother's opinion, it just went off the cliff, in her opinion. So don't tell me it doesn't exist. If you tell me that, then you're a liar, or you're ignorant. Now, I have said that there are some areas that are good. There are pockets. But it's going to die. It's dying. So this is when I go back to something else I talked about. Homeschooling. Stop making parents jump through hoops and regulations. If my son or my daughter, I have sons, so if my son and your daughter can answer the same questions and get the answers correct as a child who's in the school system, or even exceed that, then I don't think we have a problem, do we? But they don't want you to do that because they know in a lot of cases that the parent is a better teacher because they can actually concentrate on the child. See, teachers can't. Not all the time. You got 20 kids. You got 5 IEPs, you got 6 504s, you got 3 disciplinary problems, you got 2 geniuses, which, by the way, you like hanging out with because, you know, they're smart, so easy to teach them. You got 1 kid who's a good kid, but he's slipping through the cracks because, you know, he doesn't really say he needs any help. He says he's fine. So he kind of slips. He's quiet. He slips through the crack. It happens. But see, at home, you don't have that. Now, can everybody do it? No. But I think there are a lot more people in this country that could homeschool than they think. Just think about that for a moment. So I will say again, the education system, if you thought it was on life support before, you better realize what it's going to be like in the future. And it ain't going to be a far future. It's not far off in some sort of galaxy. No, my friend. It's coming up on you. Well, I appreciate you, as always, tuning into my video. And actually, the timing was perfect because I just arrived at my destination, the post office. Another beautifully government-owned building. Thank you for your time, as always. But please, those who are on the fence about homeschooling, if you can, and you're home, and you have the ability, and by the way, with all the resources in the world that you have now, you have the ability. Homeschool. Thank you for watching my video, and as always, God bless, I love you, and have a beautiful day.